Hi everyone, sorry about the lighting in this video. Lighting in this country is just horrendous right now. Nights are coming in earlier and the weather has just been dull and miserable and raining all the time and it's just dark, dark, dark. So I'm here today to do the Disney tag. And I was tagged quite a while ago now, I'm really sorry, quite a while ago by Clarice over at Clarice Reads. So I'll leave a link to her channel and her video down below. And also if I've got a link to the original video from the original creator of this tag, I'll link that down below as well. So question 1, The Little Mermaid. A character who is out of their element, a fish out of water. Now for this question I've gone for Liv from Dead Girls Don't by Mag Story. I read this book a couple of months ago and I absolutely loved it. Liv basically is a fish out of water because she's finding that loads of people that she went to school with are being murdered, and the main suspect is actually a guy that she is now helping to hide from the law. So she is really, really out of her depth. Question 2, Cinderella. A character who goes through a major transformation. Now for this one I have got to pick Simon from The Mortal Instruments. I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to spoil anyone for anything, but there's many reasons why I'm picking Simon for this, and if you've read the series you know why. Question 3, Snow White. A book with an eclectic cast of characters. And I was a little torn on this one for a while because I wanted to pick The Mortal Instruments again, and obviously that would just be silly. So in the end I came up with The Tea Planter's Wife by Dinah Jeffries, and I went for this one because there's so many different types of race, there's so many different types of social class going on in this book. Like, you've got the slums and the poverty side of things, but then you've got like New York, you've got a successful businessman. Question 4, Sleeping Beauty. A book that put you to sleep. Now, I'm actually one of those people that fall asleep at any sort of book. It doesn't necessarily reflect on the book itself. It might not be a bad book. So for this one I've actually just gone for a 1-star book, or 1.5 stars, something that I rarely do basically, and that is A Whole New World by Liz Braswell. I really disliked this Aladdin retelling and I thought it fit quite well with it being an Aladdin retelling, so it fits right into the tag. Question 5, The Lion King. A character who had something traumatic happen to them in childhood. And for this one I've gone for, there's many I could have gone for, but I've gone for Cal from the Magisterium series by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black. He's having quite the rough time of it in the first book, The Iron Trial, and it gets no better really in the Copper Gauntlet, and he's had quite a rough time of it before the books even sort of start from, so he's my choice. Question 6, Beauty and the Beast, my favourite. A beast of a book that you were intimidated by but found the story to be beautiful. And for this one I've gone for A Dark and Distant Shore by Ray Tannehill. And this is a historical fiction and it's over 800 pages if I remember correctly, and the font was super tiny. I haven't got my copy right now because a friend of mine's been borrowing it and she's had it for a year now, so I'm starting to think, am I ever going to get this book back, or is she just being intimidated by its ridiculous size? That remains to be seen, I suppose. But yeah, it's a wonderful story. The novel starts when the main character is really young and we follow her throughout the novel as she gets older, as she has kids herself, and then as she goes into old age and even outlives some of her children because she reaches nearly 100, if I can remember correctly. And so it's a really long story, but it was so beautiful, and I love a good historical fiction. Question 7, Aladdin. A character who gets their wish granted for better or for worse. For this one I'm sort of stretching it a little bit, and this is going to be multiple characters. 5 characters in fact, from 5 Children and It by E. Nesbit. And if you're not familiar with this story, these 5 children get a wish granted each day because they have found a sand fairy and he will grant a wish each day. Now some of these wishes are, well actually most of these wishes, they're not great wishes. Question 8, Mulan. A character who pretends to be someone or something they are not. And for this one I'm going for Alexis from Confessions of a Queen Bee by Krista McHugh. Now, this is stretching it a little bit, but I really couldn't think of an answer for ages. So Alexis basically thinks that she's some massive bitch, hence the title of the book, and she tries to be a really nasty person, but you learn as a reader that's really not what she is, and she's just trying to put on this persona. So I thought that who better person to pick than someone who's trying to be a bitch when she really probably isn't. Question 9, Toy Story. A book with characters you wish would come to life. And do I really need to say anything else? I mean, obviously I don't want Voldemort to come to life or anyone else bad, but like, I don't know, actually it might be quite fun to bump into Bellatrix Lestrange. But it would be lovely to meet the people like Harry Potter, and imagine Dobby. Oh, I'd love to go for a ride on a hippogriff. Yeah. Question 10. Disney Descendants. Your favourite villain or morally ambiguous character? Now for this I'm going for Jo, which is a character from You by Caroline Kepnes. And Jo is, quite frankly, a complete nut job. He's a psychopathic, stalking serial killer, to put it bluntly. Yeah, I really, really love reading about him, and I cannot wait for the sequel because I just cannot wait to hang out with him some more. It's really quite scary how you can find yourself identifying with a complete nut job. So that brings me to the end of this tag. Now I'm not going to tag anyone specifically in this video because I've not done my research. This tag's been going around for quite a while, and I feel like a lot of people have probably already done this tag if they wanted to do it. So yeah, if you haven't done this tag and you want to, then please do it. Otherwise, I'm tagging anyone whose favourite film is also Beauty and the Beast. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you want to answer any of the questions yourself or have a discussion about any of my answers. Subscribe if you want more bookish videos and reviews, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.